have to do today?
Dude, you really don't remember? What the fuck?
Aw, damn it, I left my steak on again, didn't I?
You sure did, but you really don't remember? What happened a couple weeks ago?
No, Tuck, I obviously don't know, so why don't you tell me?
Dude, it was your 1-year anniversary of being on YouTube.
Oh, damn, you're right. Well, since you know everything about my YouTube career, why don't you tell me what video I should do?
Well, your first countdown was top 10 Sonic games. Do something like that.
I might.
Just don't wait until your 2-year anniversary to make it, though.
You know, I forgot about that Sonic video. Probably repressed the memories. Now I'm in a bad mood from thinking about it. I should make a negative video.
Now what game franchise has a lot of bad games? Oh yeah, Sonic does.
You know what? I've been doing this for a year. Let's try something new. One of my favorite game franchises is Sonic the Hedgehog. It's critically acclaimed as one of the most famous and groundbreaking platformers, but also known for having some of the worst games of all time. Some have bad control, bad graphics, and bad everything. So, I'm gonna count down the top 10 worst of them. Sonic has always been one of those game franchises that has been picked on for following the trends rather than trying to make the trends. While this is somewhat true, I find that what trends they do follow, they actually do better than the one who did it before them, or at least in a quirkier fashion. Though, there is one game in particular that this does not follow suit on. Ladies and gentlemen, Sonic Shuffle. Sonic Shuffle is an obvious Mario Party clone, and a terrible one at that. Instead of your standard dice block-centric gameplay, you get cards with an already decided number that determine how far you move on that turn. You can choose the ones in your hand or steal another player's without knowing what the number on the card is. This would be fine in a strategy game or random Disney Final Fantasy crossover, but it makes no sense in a party game. Taking away the chance in a party game leaves little fun to be had. At that point it turns from a party to more of a book club. The design choice in this game makes such little sense. There are rings to collect that you can spend at the shop, but you can never go into the shop because you already killed yourself from having to click on goddamn cards the whole game. But even that's not the strangest feature. Something in this game makes zero sense, like how they even got to this world. Which is, by the way, called Imaginary World. Yeah, Sonic Team sure popped a few blood vessels trying to come up with the name for that. I guess that's why we got this. Oh, wait. No, save that for later. Then there are some just flat-out freaky things, like Sonic's demon teeth, and how you select mini-games in your fish tank. You think I'm kidding? If you go into the Sonic room through the main menu, it's literally just a room with a fish tank that says mini-games on it. I don't even know why they have this room. It's probably where Sonic drinks whiskey and thinks about which gun he's gonna use to shoot his best friend Tails, who's just loitering around out in his backyard for some reason. In short, I don't hate Sonic Shuffle because it's a ripoff. I hate it because it's a bad ripoff. I think it's only number 10 on this list. In the year 1996, gaming took a revolutionary turn. Gamers alike awoke to see beautiful 3D gameplay. The most recognized game being Super Mario 64, a game heralded as the product of beautiful matrimony between Shigeru Miyamoto and his Mario dolls. Now, Sonic was not far behind Mario in his move onto the glorious 3D platform. Sonic Adventure hit store shelves and people loved it. It had speed, great music, Knuckles the goddamn echidna, and Big the Cat. Fuck Big the Cat. But here's the thing. Sonic Adventure wasn't the first 3D Sonic game. No. The first 3D Sonic game was something much, much worse. Sonic's grand entrance onto the 3D stage was more of a glorified nausea simulator. The first thing that you notice whenever you start the game is that it's incredibly disorienting. The checkered floor, which even at this time in gaming would be considered a joke of a texture, makes distance incredibly hard to judge. It's hard to tell where exactly you're going because everywhere looks the same. This just adds to the pain and suffering that comes from how Sonic moves in this game. The best description I can give to this game is to call it a float game, because everything fucking floats. You have zero control over how Sonic moves in this game. You just press a direction and hope to God that Sonic doesn't eat shit on the way there. In a franchise built around speed, you would think that you would be awarded for going fast, but in this game all you get is death. Now, I know that Sonic has never been known for its engrossing story and awe-inspiring plot, but this game has less than no story. You, for some reason, are going around collecting birds that you get from killing enemies, which you then take to a ring where they fly in and explode? Now, I know that the animals played a big role in the original Sonic games, but can I have some explanation on why I collect them to throw them into a ring to make them explode? God, don't you just have such fond memories of collecting exciting things like stars in Mario or Jiggies in Banjo-Kazooie, and you know, those fucking exploding birds in Sonic? While they're at it, why don't they just add exploding cats? Maybe then people would like their games. This game set a terrible standard for 3D Sonic games for a while, and thank God we had some good ones to make up for it. Go ahead and ask yourself for a minute, what could make Sonic 3D Blast any worse? Take away the 3D, make it uglier, and somehow make it less fun. You got Sonic Blast, happy birthday! I don't even know where they were going with this game. I mean, it's the basic Sonic design. Run around, pick up rings, get Chaos Rupees, emeralds, and fight bad bosses. Even with this simple concept, this game still manages to mess it up. Being released 5 years after the original Sonic the Hedgehog, you would imagine they would have improved on the game design a little bit. But nope, this game is filled with all the trash that wasn't in the first game. It's got bad graphics, floaty controls, horrible hitboxes, and annoying music. Now, I realize this was released on the Game Gear, which a whole 7.5 people bought, but it's still just atrocious. Now on to one glaring aspect of this game, the bosses. Sonic's bosses have always been hit or miss. Some are good and some are, well, it's no use! Yeah, that's not the last time you'll be hearing that on this list. After trekking through the first 3 terrible acts of this game, you'll come to your first boss. And well, it is Eggman in a ship with a boomerang. Sonic 2 gave us the Death Egg robot, and Sonic Blast gave us a boomerang. You know what? No, this game is perfect. 10 out of 10. Can't argue with it. I'm done. Can you tell me what the whole point of Sonic is? Hold on, let me help you out. Gotta go fast. Hold on, play that again. Gotta go fast. One more time. Gotta go faster, 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 faster. Oh, you have to go fast? Then what the hell is Sonic Labyrinth, and why is it even considered a Sonic game? Sonic Labyrinth brought such revolutionary additions to the city, such as annoying music, getting shot out of the wrong end of cannons, and being the first New York City traffic simulator. In this game, Sonic is incredibly slow, which would be a cool take on a Sonic game, if it weren't so poorly done. Surprisingly, there is actually a story to go along with this, and it's told in the manual of all places. Eggman made Sonic a special pair of running shoes that slow him down, so all he has left is his ability to spin dash. Now, like I said, cool idea, but it was executed so badly, and it's mainly because of the spin dash itself. The spin dash has two settings, really. Either you roll 2 feet, or you kick it into 88 and Sonic goes back to the goddamn future. That's not even the worst part of the game. Every time you spin dash, Sonic makes a noise that sounds similar to that of his bones going through a garbage disposal. This game is incredibly short too. It's only 4 different areas with 3 different acts and a boss battle. And of course, the boss battles are terrible because what else would complete a bad Sonic game? This game started out as a good idea but ended as, well, whatever this is. In the mid-90s, fighting games became increasingly popular in consoles and arcades alike, and Sega loves nothing more than cashing in on a fad. Sonic the Fighters is, well, you guessed it, a game about the Sonic characters fighting. Now, the first thing you'll notice when you start up this game is how well the makers of Sonic the Fighters stuck to the lore of the Sonic franchise. I mean, who can forget such great characters like Bang the Sniper, Bean the Dynamite, and Bark the Polar Bear? The hell is a polar bear doing in a Sonic game? I realize all of these characters are prominent in the Sonic comics, but you can't just throw in a new character with no exposition. This game was so revolutionary for its time that it even added an 8th Chaos Emerald, because forget the lore, we're Sega! The thing that really gets me about this game is that under every fighter's name, it gives the rest of their title like Sonic the Hedgehog, Espio the Chameleon, and so on. But under Amy's name, it says Rosie the Rascal. So is she now Amy Rosie the Rascal? Or did she just go through some experimental procedure to no longer be a hedgehog? Because fuck you, this is the 90s. So can we now just start changing the species of the main characters? Don't be surprised if you buy Sonic Boom and you turn it on and the first thing you see is Sonic the Beavers and Knuckle the goddamn Antelope! Jesus, I've been yelling at this game for a while and we're only on the starting screen. The game itself isn't terrible, I guess. I mean, the music is decent, the graphics aren't bad for its time. The glaring problem here is the core gameplay. More or less how the core gameplay is hitting one button over and over to win. This is a problem of the developers giving the player a dominant strategy. Instead of making the player think of different tactics for different scenarios, they just allow you to press one button again and again. Oh, you put up a shield, now I'll push one button again and again, and then grab. Riveting. This is probably the biggest letdown of the game because of how many freaking combos there are. But it's pointless because all you need is one button. Jesus, what was that? Did Sonic just pull a bomb out of his pocket and make him eat it? You know what? No, move over, Mortal Kombat. This is the best fighter of the 90s. Good God, for a Sonic game, this could be brutal. I mean, he just shot that guy. I guess this game does have one redeeming quality. One of my favorite game series of all time is Mass Effect. The reason for the Mass Effect games' quality is because of their incredible storytelling. They have deep plot lines and universes that have been virtually unrivaled throughout gaming. With this knowledge, I still can't comprehend why Sonic Chronicles The Dark Brotherhood sucks so badly. Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood is the first and only RPG in the Sonic franchise. And that's definitely not a bad thing. Obviously, trying to follow in the footsteps of Super Mario RPG, Sonic Chronicles manages to captivate you with the level of storytelling in Final Fantasy XIII and the combat system with the quality of a piece of plywood. I don't even understand where BioWare went wrong with this. I mean, they made Knights of the Old Republic, Baldur's Gate, and freaking Mass Effect. The worst part of the whole thing is that I was actually looking forward to playing this. I don't say it a lot, but I'm actually a huge fan of RPGs, and I'm a huge fan of Sonic. So they should be great together, right? Well, they weren't. And I mean, hell, they were obviously gonna make a series out of this game, because I mean, if it's a standalone game, why not just call it Sonic Chronicle? Actually, why don't we just not make this game at all? The characters are very predictable. Sonic's the hero, Tails is a nerd, Knuckles is a hard ass, Shadow is dark and always bothered by God knows what, and Rouge has boobs. The story is bad and it just throws new and random characters and species at you that have never even remotely been mentioned in the Sonic mythos before. And good God, the music! It sounds like it was made for the Commodore 64. I mean, just listen to it. You know what that is? Green Hill Zone! Yes, the Green Hill Zone. The Green Hill Zone that everybody and their mother knows from the original Sonic. And now it sounds like a deaf person tried to recreate Mario Paint. All of this is bad, but it is nothing compared to this game's combat. Sonic Chronicles uses a weird system of POW moves, which require incredibly specific inputs from a stylus. If you even mess up once on some of these, it will invalidate the attack and rob you of your POW points. Of course you could always just attack regularly, but that's obviously so effective. The worst part is the fact that healing items are incredibly hard to come by, and Cream is the only one that can heal the team, and her healing move is one of the hardest to pull off in the game. This system effectively breaks the game and makes it nearly unplayable. Even if the combat system were better, you still have to deal with the crappy music, terrible graphics, the fact that Eggman looks like a goddamn turkey when he runs, and a bad story with stale characters. Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood did not turn out to be what we expected, especially coming from a great developer. But it is one game that I am happy to know that we will not be seeing a sequel of. The Wii was an incredible sight to behold during its 2006 launch. It was the first console to offer full motion control. I mean, for a kid in 2006, you look at this thing and oh, you know what, I'm just wasting your time with this pointless exposition. Number 4 is Sonic and the Secret Rings for the Wii, and it sucks! Sonic and the Secret Rings is a game for the Nintendo Wii and plays off of the story of the Arabian Nights. In this variation of the story, Sonic is told by a genie that he is needed to protect the Arabian Nights for some guy named Eraser Jin, who is trying to rewrite them. When Sonic confronts Eraser Jin, he is struck by a spell that will make him die in a certain amount of time. The only way that he can survive is if Sonic collects the 7 world rings, basically Chaos Emeralds with holes in them. As you progress through the story, Eraser Jin consistently pursues Sonic and tries to stop him. This is where the story falls apart, because Earsaw Dijon needs Sonic so that he can get the rings. So why would he try to impede his progress? I mean, one time he summons a creature to attack Sonic, and it has a ring inside of it. Anyways, after trekking through more plot holes, we arrive at the end, where Sonic has collected all 7 Chaos Fruit Loops and brings them to Eraser. Eraser then turns on Sonic, but then accidentally kills your genie companion. It's kind of a touching moment in the story, except no one actually cares. Then Sonic absorbs 3 of the World Donuts and turns into Darkspine Sonic. Easily one of the coolest parts about this game. Darkspine Sonic is very aggressive and has the power to go along with it. It's a rather nice change of pace to see Sonic going a little bit dark when most of the time he's pretty laid back. Sonic and Eraser battle, resulting in Sonic winning and ultimately reviving the genie and sealing Eraser away forever. That's about all of the story for this game. For a Sonic game, it's surprisingly good, but if I actually cared about that, it wouldn't be on this list. In Sonic and the Secret Rings, you control Sonic, and I use the word control very loosely here by tilting the Wii remote left and right. You don't actually control where Sonic runs in this game. He is more on a sort of autopilot setting that you just control with minor movement to avoid obstacles. One of Sonic's main selling points is that his games are always as fast as you want to make them. But if the speed takes away from the experience because you can't control it, then you know you have a problem. This especially becomes problematic when you miss a crucial point and have to go back. Then you have to spend time backflipping your way to the point where you need to be. The on-rails concept takes a massive toll on the experience because it takes you out of the universe and makes you question why you even spent money on this thing. My favorite part about this game is probably how they just try to cram another Sonic Shuffle in here. There's seriously just a random section of the game to play minigames with up to 3 friends. You could tell the developers had no clue what else to do with this game. They were probably doing too much crystal meth to finish the story, so it's like, Sonic Shuffle? Oh yeah, everybody loved that. Fuck it, Sonic and the Secret Shuffle. Beautiful.
Tuck, am I done yet?
Nope.
What entry are we on?
Number 3.
What's the next game?
Sonic R.
All the games on this list that I have mentioned so far, I have hated because they have either bad controls, bad graphics, or a bad story. But I have no idea what happened with Sonic R. Not only does it not have a story, good graphics, or even functioning controls, but it's just completely unfinished. I don't even think that they tried with this one. Sonic R is a racing game, with only 5 tracks, one of which has to be unlocked. You start out with 4 characters, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. From there you can unlock Eggman, Metal Sonic, Nightmare Fuel, Metal Knuckles, and the Egg Robo. In addition, you can obtain 7 Chaos Emeralds, which allows you to get Super Sonic, and he's probably more broken than half the games on this list. I mean, this game has all the qualities of a finished game, incredible handling with the characters. I mean, it's almost like they didn't line the walls of this mountain with a bucket of goddamn Elmers. This game also exposed many gamers to an incredible thing called invisible water. It's like it's not even there, because it's not. Oh wait, they at least remember to program freaking particle effects on their non-existent water? That helps. Oops, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot. I left out something about the Chaos Emeralds. They now give Sonic the power to be Jesus! One of their biggest complaints about this game is the music, but it's probably the only part of the game that I can stand. It's just so dumb that it makes everything a little bearable. Please tell me we're done.
Nope. You've got 2 more segments to go.
Tuck, I can't do it. This video has worn me out. I don't think I can finish it.
So I guess you could say, it's no use!
I don't even know where to start with this game. Every other game on here has had one glaring issue, but this game, its glaring issue is everything! I mean, as soon as you start the game, you're treated to this random amount of exposition that makes 0 sense. I mean, who is this chick? Who are these people? Why is this man's fez as big as his body? Then, big surprise, Eggman shows up and starts to messing stuff up. Then of course Sonic steps in to save this random character that we have no emotional connection to whatsoever. Hopefully by now you've noticed the improvements to the character design, such as this lady's mullet, Sonic only having 1 eye, and Eggman's nipple cylinders. You know, I'm no expert on game design or artistry, but what purpose do these nipple thimbles serve? Are they just there because some guy got bored with his day job? I mean, it doesn't improve Eggman's character at all, so why bother to animate them? And that is just the first several frames of this game. Are the later ones better? Oh hell no, it only gets much worse. Oh, by the way, you see these loading screens? You like them? Oh, you don't? Well, too bad, because around 30% of the actual game is loading screens, dialogue boxes, missions that are preceded by dialogue boxes, and even choosing to leave the missions require a loading screen. Actually, I take all of that back. For every second I sit at a loading screen, I don't have to suffer through this! And speaking of this, I don't even know how it got past beta tests, because nothing works! I don't even know how it got past beta tests, because nothing works! Tell me, what is the most important thing in a platformer? Good game design? Well, no, but they didn't get that right either. No, the basic rudimentary ability that you need in a 3D platformer is jumping. So why does Sonic lag when he jumps? This game can't even handle the basic jumping motion made by Sonic. The thing that Sonic does in every game. Yeah, that. They didn't get that right. I mean, after that, I don't think they could make anything worse. But wait, they did! The main game takes place in Soliana, which serves as a hub world where you can get to other stages that you have to complete. You know, kind of like Super Mario Sunshine if it wasn't good. Each stage is pretty varying from the others. Some are okay and some are bad, but if there is one thing you can count on from each level, it's that there are a plethora of glitches to discover. I mean, I think this was the part of the game they focused on most. They even programmed a red light, green light minigame in. Ready, Sonic? Red light, green light, red light. Oops, Sonic fell through the floor, everybody. Wait, does that mean I have to keep playing this game? Oh nope, he's alive again. Well, damn it. In this game, Sonic can not only go to the center of the Earth, but he can go to space. All it takes is going into the silver boss battle and a little work, and then finally, blast off.
We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13. The Saturn V building up to 7.6 million pounds of thrust, and it has cleared the tower.
Speaking of the boss battle with Silver, if there is one thing he wants you to know about this battle, it's that
It's no use!
Hey Silver, how do you feel about our efforts to fight violence in America?
It's no use!
How do you feel about our efforts to stop bullying?
It's no use!
And how do you feel about me playing this game? I feel the same way, bud. That's pretty much all this game has to offer in terms of gameplay. I mean, there's Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. Sonic's fast, Shadow's fast, but they gave him goddamn Tonka cars because this game needed to be as bad as possible. And Silver, well, he's just a little bit broken. As for the story, well, I don't even know what's going on here. I mean, it all doesn't matter until Sonic dies for some reason, and then Sonic Team throws beauty and the bestiality right at us out of nowhere. I mean, I guess I can see what they wanted to do with this, but really? Where do they go from here? Did I get married and have mutant hedgehog babies? I mean, Sonic doesn't even have actual knees, much less reproductive organs. All Orwellian horrors aside, the only redeeming quality this game has is its soundtrack. But even then, I just can't stand listening to it over.
It's no use!
I could write entire novels on how screwed up this game is. But I've got to get to the #1 entry, and you're probably wondering why this wasn't #1. And what could have possibly been worse than it? Well, good God, we're almost done. So the only thing that can top Sonic 06? What's the one thing in the world that's more broken than Sonic 06? The Kinect! And what Sonic game was on the Kinect? Sonic Freeriders is not only one of the worst Sonic games I have ever played, it's probably one of the worst games that I have ever played in general. Well, your first hint that this is gonna suck is the fact that it's on the Kinect. But even then, every Kinect game has its flaws. But Sonic Freeriders, it has no functionality. Sonic 06 may have been glitchy, but you could at least move the stick in a certain direction and Sonic would go there. In Sonic Freeriders, you can't even control it. You see, Sonic Freeriders is a sequel to the second game in the Sonic Riders trilogy. I actually really liked the first 2 games and found them genuinely fun, so when I heard a 3rd game was coming out, I was really excited. And it was on the Kinect of all things. I mean, I would get to be Sonic! So you can understand my sadness when I put the game in, just to find out that this game is more of an experimentation in broken motion control than anything. The first game I played, I actually thought I was watching a tutorial because none of my movements were registering. Nothing about it works correctly. You try to collect rings? Oops, sorry, I thought you meant you wanted to headbutt the damn wall. You want to use an item? Oh, I thought that was you ejecting the disc and pouring lighter fluid on your Kinect because that's what you should do to this game. Oh, by the way, there's a 2-player mode in this game. If you can actually get to it through the broken menu, you know you're gonna have a great gaming experience when the fucking menu is comparative to brain surgery. 2-player mode is this ridiculous dating simulation that has you holding hands with the other person while racing. It makes no sense. There might be a story, but I couldn't really tell you because I don't think anyone in their right mind played past the first level. What's the one thing that Sonic gets right all the time? Okay, most of the time, it's the damn music. Most of Sonic's games are great to listen to. Not this one! The theme song is just atrocious, and I'm surprised Crush 40 even agreed to release it. Sonic Freeriders is something that I can find little joy out of. It can mostly be summed up as a disappointment that really marks a low point in Sonic's gaming lifetime. I'm Mr. Alfredo Sauce, and why does everything the Kinect touch turn to shit?
Ow. Dude, you really don't remember? What the fuck? Oh, damn, that was too loud. Fuck me. Keep going. Nope. Number 3. Sonic R. Nope. Number 3. Sonic R.
You sound like a robot!
I don't know. I don't know what to fucking do.
Just be like, nope. Number 3, Sonic R.
That's what I did.
No! You sound like you were...
No,
like you're being tortured into this shit.
No, I'm gonna do this. I'm doing my own shit, alright?
Oh my god. Alright, 3, 2, go!
Wait. I'll be back. My mozzarella sticks are done.
God dang it!
Gee.
You ready?
I'm back, dude.
Oh my god, you can't
Okay.
Alright.
I think I want to be a voice actor when I do that.
Oh my god.